Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. I have a very big surprise for you. Kind of something different. I am venturing out to the Altadena area. I know a lot of you around the country have been looking at the news, keeping up with all these wildfires in Los Angeles. And one of the big sites that was burned was the Eaton fire. You may have heard of it. The Eaton fire, pretty much the Altadena area. It's northeast from the LA proper area. It's around the area of Pasadena, and we're gonna go look. I have a work client, good friend of the family, who lost his whole home, his cars and so forth, and I have permission from him to go to see his property. Kind of long story. I was gonna meet up with him and so forth. It didn't really work out, but we're gonna go and venture and see what the area looks like. They allow people to go back in there, so this is for people who can't go there normally and want to see it. We definitely want to document it and look at how it looks. Okay, so we're in proper Altadena. We don't see any fire areas. Oh, this is the first place that we see. Oh my goodness, look at that. Wow. That is intense. I don't know if you can see that. There's literally walls that are up. They're completely gone. There's like cars burned to a crisp. Like literally everything is completely destroyed. And we're getting closer to this residential area where it's just a disaster zone. And I want to kind of show on the right and the left kind of how some areas aren't that bad. And like, okay, this whole area is, except for there, but this whole area on the right and on the left is fine. There's not, oh, well, never mind. It's just here and there. Certain areas are bad. But like I said, we're going to get out and look. At least I'm going to get out and look. I have my mask and 95 just to prevent anything toxic, breathing anything in. I don't need any of that. There's signs that say flooded during storm. So I think because they had rain, they were a little bit scared that there would be any type of flooding. But as you can see, this is fine. These areas are totally fine. There's nothing going on here that we can see. I don't know if anything has been cleaned up. So this is the National Guard here. Wow, look at the right and the left. Look at that. There's certain places that are completely untouched, like that liquor store. There's nothing, but look, everything else is completely gone, and it goes in deep. This looks like a war zone. Look at this on the right with the chimneys. So this gives you an idea of the massive scale of this. But we're gonna get out of the car, and you can see the National Guard Humvees over here. Still National Guard out here, and things that are completely, like, I just see a Volkswagen car in its garage completely destroyed, like a Golf. And we're still not even at my client friend's house yet. Oh, by the way, we're in the car and we have the recirculating air. It's not pulling air from the outside. Wow. Get this on the right. Taking photos. It's just massive. Like, you know me, I'm a big theme park goer, and this kind of reminds me like one of the sets from Universal. Like, it feels like it's not real, like it's not a real place. Like, this can't be so burned out like this everywhere. They're doing some electric work on the right. Those are new trucks coming in to do electric work on wiring and telephone poles. But this is stuff on the left and on the right. I even see a car that said not an EV, because electric vehicles, you can't use water on them. spray painted not an EV, so they could use water versus not using water, which would make the problem worse. Look on the right side there. Oh, we're almost here. It's the next block. Oh look, National Guard right here. Oh yeah, so here it is. I don't know, we'll be able to park here. So I have a mask on, by the way, so that's why I sound different. It's crazy, not an EV, to know what type of stuff they're going to use to put out the fire. Because EVs, you can't use water. You can see the mountains behind us. There's still helicopters. They're not dropping any water, but there's buckets. And here's my friend's house. I'm not going to say his name or anything, but it's so sad to see because I know him really well. It says unsafe, do not enter this property. This is my friend's property right here. And look, he had wagon wheel. He showed pictures. This is some of his fruit. He had like a theme here, like a ranch theme. And it's pretty crazy to see. Look at this. Even the next door neighbors. 3431. Dang. It's crazy to think this is his house. I know this man for over 30 years. He was a client of my family's. And there's his garage. He has a Porsche in there and you can actually see it. You could see the wheels of the Porsche in the garage. It's crazy to see. I have his permission to go. So I'm just gonna look. This is crazy to see. I mostly want to get his car because, man, look at this. Oh my gosh. This is so difficult to see. He had a boat and a Porsche. Look at the Porsche. I've driven this Porsche. Look, Porsche wheels. Oh man. Like, there's his boat. This is his boat. Oh my gosh. So crazy. I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm just kind of showing. Like, there's his heaters. He had a backyard. He had like a neighbor pool. Look at the trees. This is what shocks me, because look, his glasses. He had glasses. Look at his glasses. My goodness, the speedometer, everything. Not an EV. This is a white Porsche, 86, I believe. And he probably left this water here because he's come back. This is his hitch. It looks like this is a hitch. Porsche, you can see the lights. Wow. This is nuts, man. His air conditioning and so forth. Look at this door. Look at this lantern here. It's crazy. His plants, and look at this. Wow. His wagon. He said that this wagon, I don't know if he said he bought it or it was here when he had the property here. But look, this tree is untouched with his lemons and stuff. Or oranges? I think they're oranges. And it's just crazy seeing how they're here. Wow, it's creepy. It's like a movie where it says 3431. It's crazy. It's like, see, this tree was completely burned, right? Then you go over here and this wasn't burned at all, right? Like this street right here with this sash on it. And then you go across this street, and then you don't see, let me cross here. And then look, I mean, these are just other homes, not my friend's home. I'm not gonna go on these properties because I don't know who they are, and there's literally a National Guard right there. Like, they're just making sure there's no looters or anything, but it's pretty deserted. But look, you can see like, just like all these home items, like chimney, downed lines. I'm obviously not gonna go to that area, but it's just, looking at this, it's just nuts. You know, it's definitely something you can come out and see, but you want to stay away from certain areas and just use common sense, you know. Look at that washer and dryer. Look at that washer and dryer. Like, it's so obvious.
This was his house.
Yeah. He had a little change, like a little wagon. All these stirrups. He had like all this Western theme going on. But look, this tree, it's fine. Nothing. Not one thing. This tree's fine. But then you go in the back, and there's nothing. Isn't that crazy?
What about his Porsche?
Oh, I saw it.
Where is it? That was his pool or his... Look at the what?
The little bench. And then he has like the jugs of water kind of thing. Imagine seeing your house like this.
Completely.
And then look at this. Look at down there. Look at the washing machines. You see it, washer, dryer?
Yeah.
Look at this, his rain things, wheelbarrows. Now you can see some palm trees. These are burned. They're not burned to the ground, but they're definitely burned. But this one, these aren't. And these aren't. It says unsafe here. Look at the fountain here.
There's like a weird smell.
There is. Look at that one. It's like a hole. But those, look at this. This house, completely untouched. So these houses, look, down to the ground. Down to the ground. This is all down to the ground, this side of the street, right? There's one standing over there, a green home. This one's completely untouched. Completely. Well, this isn't. I just want to show this. This is melted metal. This was liquid at one point, and it flowed like a river. Now it's hard. Look at this. That is crazy. It just broke off. That's metal. So masks off, back in the car. As you can see, keeping the recirculate air, have the masks on, and now the masks off. Won't open the windows again until we leave this area. But it's incredible to see it, and incredible how vast it is. But it's weird how the whole block is done, and then one house on the street isn't, and then maybe two are fine, and then the rest aren't burned, and so forth. And then there was one that was burned, and everything else is fine. So it's so strange, the randomness, and it just doesn't seem like it's logical, but it's just very interesting. So I hope you like this video, at least being able to see this through our eyes and see the extent of, I guess, the damage. And we just keep praying for the individuals that, you know, they may be able to come back to their homes, or at least come back to a place they can call home. And so I thank you all for watching, and I thank you all for supporting the work that I do here. We'll see you all next time, and don't forget to stay positive, and no matter what, be hopeful.